Welcome to Unbiased and on the Fence. I kind of forgot how to control my computer there for a second. All right, it's Tuesday. Welcome. And welcome my special co-host, Michelle. How's it going, Michelle?
Hello, my brother. I'm still here.
All right, so...
A little groggy.
Yeah, what's up with the... we got some major shifts with the equinox. What's it been like for you?
Felt really, really quiet through most of the week and felt very internal, very dazed, foggy, and then experiencing quite a bit energy over the last few days, a lot of new sensations, and then had a crazy dream that I'm going to tell you guys about today. The energy dream, which I didn't think I was dreaming again. So yeah, or it was, that was strange. So yeah, a lot going on. A little groggy, a little drained. Been feeling a lot of throat activations again. It's almost like my throat's a little swollen, feeling like the puffiness in the eyes, and tired easily.
That's funny you mentioned that, because I was wondering if I was getting sick. I had a little bit of tightness in the throat and even a little tightness in the chest. And I was like thinking, I don't know.
That slowing, like weary feeling too.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no reason I would have picked up anything because I've just been around here. So I don't think that I'm sick. I think it's because I've been getting these really weird muscle twitches in my neck as well.
Right.
These really weird spasms, and it feels more than just the muscle twitching. It started with just a twitching muscle. It started about a month ago, and it just keeps going and keeps creating more and more of a sensation with it. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm definitely feeling it in my throat today.
Muscle twitching. Have you guys had any muscle twitches anywhere? Because Maria's saying same symptoms here, Michelle. Because I had the other day, it wasn't even bright out. Normally my eyes are super sensitive to the sun and I have to wear sunglasses, but it was overcast. I mean, it was really cloudy, like it'd been raining, and it was really dark out. But at some point, one of my eyes started doing, you'll get like a little muscle twitch in your eyelid, and it kind of did it a few times, and then it like really started doing it like every few seconds, And then the other eye started, and I'm like, what the heck's going on with my eyes? They were just twitching, and I got my sunglasses out and put it on. It seemed to help, and it stopped after a minute or so. But yeah, they were going crazy.
And I think that's interesting because the mom a couple days ago too was outside, and she looked at the sun, and then when she looked away, her eye did this weird thing where it went for about a minute. She went like cross-eyed where she was seeing like that, and that same thing happened. We talked about that. I don't know. I think it was a couple months ago where I was playing the piano. I was just sitting there playing the piano, and then all of a sudden, my eyes went and I'm looking at this double overlay vision like this, and I'm like, what? And I kept playing the piano. What is going on? This is really weird. And and that happened. So I'd never had that happen to me before. And then, here she is a couple months later, and she kind of forgotten about that happening, or I'm not sure if she heard about it, but she didn't realize. She kind of panicked. I think it scared her, which is understandable. She's a little bit older, and you're going to worry about, is something going wrong, right? So, but yeah, hopefully it reassured her. It's like, hey, I had the same thing happen to me just 2 months ago. I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden, for no reason. So,
I
but
think I've had some of those too.
I think it was interesting that she looked at the sun, and like you said, you put on your glasses. I think we're getting codes from the sun. It's like, and I think it comes in stronger when we do that. Like, it, yeah. So it triggered something, obviously, and yeah, freaked her out a little bit. But I think it's part of what's going on. Like when we get these downloads, like I'm really feeling. So I haven't been getting the eye twitching in particular, but I have been getting a lot of sensations in the head all throughout, and really noticing sort of this pulsation wave feeling, like woof, woof, coming in, like flushing through. It's like a pulsation. And as well as like when I feel that, like we talked about, like that pinpoint of energy.
I've got it right now. I've got like a little
like,
pain right here.
Yeah,
just
and
like...
it just goes through, and then I start feeling it in other places. It just feels, it's hard to describe the feelings, because it's like, we touch our skin. It feels like stuff going on in my brain.
Yeah.
So, like things are getting pulsating, not quite twitching, bubbling, percolating. It has this really weird sensation, like that. It just feels, and it kind of comes in, and then I will get the neck twitching. So the eyes aren't twitching, but I'll feel this, and then this neck muscle will start to go. I'll get the fluttering and the palpitations going on, in the chest, like up in here in the high heart, and up there, and it's just kind of all going off, these weird sensations all at the same time. The ears are, there goes the ear as soon as I say it. The ears are going, and it's just very strange.
Other things were strange fluctuations in my appetite, like going from not hungry at all to like starving,
Yes. I'm glad you mentioned that too. I've been losing weight because I've been getting nausea, like floods of nausea, and I have no interest in eating.
Yeah.
Really at all. And I try to eat.
Sometimes your appetite's bigger than, you'll think you're really hungry, but then you'll
I can hardly
bites
eat.
And then
I'm leaving food on the plate all the time. I can't finish what's on my plate. So that I've really noticed that it's like more and more. Lighter and lighter food just wants me to keep lighter and lighter food in me. I can't have anything too heavy in there, or it just doesn't sit well. Oh, I'm feeling nauseous now, guys. So, oh dear.
You want to talk about something else?
I think I need a glass of water.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you give me a minute?
Yeah.
I got tea with honey and lemon.
Okay. You can mute your mic if you want.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'll be right back.
No, that's all right. All right. So, okay, let me go check out you guys. Let's see. Yes, pulsing and tingling. Yep, I've got the flushes. I couldn't get my temperature right over the weekend. As a matter of fact, one thing was, man, it was like I'd feel hot and then I'd feel cold. It was sort of like when you got the flu, but it didn't feel like the flu. It's just, I don't know, just hot flashes. What else have I experienced this past week? Definitely a lot of energy, just sitting in it and meditating, and really just observing it. You can really, to me, it's really noticeable. If you normally don't feel the energies, I think if you sit in it and concentrate with it, I think it's like noticeable, even if probably you're not normally the type of person that notices. I think this is a good time to check it out because it's been feeling really strong to me lately. And it seems to amplify, once again, sort of whatever feeling you're in, So if you keep your vibes high, it'll amplify that sort of feeling. And if you're sort of agitated or not feeling very well, it seems like it could possibly amplify that. All right.
Ooh, I'm woozy. I just went
I felt that too. That's funny you said that. That's funny you said that because when you said that, I was like, man, is it because we're talking about it? I thought maybe
Oh,
I
it's
felt it,
making
but
me, it was making me like faintish going downstairs.
I was
So,
just talking about the hot flashes. Have you been getting those? I got those over the weekend where couldn't get my temperature right. I felt hot, I felt cold, and then I felt,
yeah, I noticed that. And it's in the cold, it's like an internal cold, it feels like. But yeah, I have been getting the hot flash. Well, it happened when I came out of dream yesterday. Let me get down to the nitty gritty today because I don't know how long I'm gonna last. But I
okay,
did really want to share the dream that I had yesterday
okay.
because it was a wild energy experience. So I was feeling kind of like this yesterday. I started getting nauseous and woozy, and I thought, okay, I gotta go lie down. And
No need to act it out.
uh, and yeah, I know. So I put on my binaries meditation music, and I meditated for a bit, and then I fell asleep. And I'm waking up and coming in and out of sleep, and so I thought I was just lying in my bed with my eyes closed because I wasn't dreaming anything. I wasn't seeing anything. You know, so I'm just coming awake. It's just black behind my eyes. And then all of a sudden I started getting this sensation, which turned into like static electricity more than I felt. Like we've talked about the feeling like the like electricity. No, this was like snap crackle all through. It came in through the head, and I started feeling it. I felt it all in my teeth, like like literally like being zapped, like from static. Strongest I've ever felt it. And and again, I'm lying there, and I'm processing this. I'm not seeing anything. I'm aware that I'm just lying there with my eyes closed. There's no visual. I'm feeling the sensation. I'm talking myself through it. As in, just breathe and allow and surrender to the energy coming in. So I'm not panicking, like, what the heck is going on? I just stayed in the zone, and I stayed neutral and observing. And then all of a sudden I felt the static came in, and it was really coming in and going all down uh, my right arm to the ends of my fingers. And then it was like all in the ends of my fingers. So similar, very, very similar to the dream where I had the lucid. I thought I was awake. I woke up and I was moving my necklace. Do you remember that? There's like a magnetic pull. So there was an energy charge that was going through the hand, but this was much more. This was like I was being zapped all over, getting all over the place. And then I feel this magnetic pull that felt like if I'd had magnets at the end, especially the middle finger, but magnets like at the end of my fingers. And my hand was being pulled up. So I thought I was lying in bed, and my hand getting like pulled up from this magnetic pull that was so strong. It was pulling my hand up. Um, and but then, and I'm still not seeing anything, but then I open my eyes a little bit, but I'm not opening them up to my room. I'm opening up my eyes a little bit, and I guess I am somewhat dreaming because I see a baby lying on my chest right here. And as my hand is, and I'm seeing all this blue electricity snapping, crackling, all going up my arm. And as my arm's getting pulled up, this little baby that it's in like a little sleeper, its little feet are like getting pulled up too. So it's getting pulled up by the feet, and it's looking down at me as it's getting pulled up with my hand, and it's smiling, it's giggling and laughing. Like you're like if you were to have a baby and be like, wee, like,
Right,
isn't
right,
this fun? Wee.
right.
And it's like, ha, 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 right? It's doing its little baby laugh. I close my eyes again, and it starts to subside slowly, and I open my eyes and I'm in my room again. So very, very strange. It was really strange. Because when I opened my eyes and saw the baby, I was aware, like I am lucid. So I'm lucid and I'm looking at this and go, okay, I guess this is a dream. But then and then close my eyes and then I open and I come fully awake to my room as it's subsiding. So
What did the
what's
surroundings
the
look like?
baby? Not I couldn't see that. It was like having your eyes half open. So I wasn't even like seeing I was seeing like
Just the baby,
fringes of my
really.
like lashes, like a closed vision, like a
Mm-hmm.
half-eyed vision of this baby. So and the baby was like right in front of me. So all I was really seeing was the baby's little body in the sleeper, my arm, the electricity, and it being pulled up in a room. But I don't know. I didn't get any visual of anything else besides that with this
Mm-hmm.
baby. So I thought about it, meditated on it.
Is there anything more you remember specifically about this baby, though?
Nope. Nope.
You didn't
Just
have a
a
certain
happy
feeling,
baby.
like not a relationship to it at any way? Didn't feel like a grandbaby or a stranger's baby or
Nope.
nothing?
Nope.
It's just, it didn't seem strange. It just felt normal.
It was strange. I do
Okay, so
think
it
I
was
was
one of
like,
those
who is
dreams.
this baby? Who is
Uh,
this baby?
okay, you did feel like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who is this? Because I wanted to figure out, well, who is this baby? Where's this baby coming? Like, I thought I was just lying in my bed. What's with the baby?
Right. Who's this baby? Who's
Who's
pulling
this?
it up by its feet?
Who's pulling it up by its feet? And that's what I meditated on.
Has it had a bottle lately? Because you don't want it to, spit up when it's hanging upside
No,
down
not.
above
I
you.
know. You learn that lesson as a parent, eh? Oh,
I got
fun.
5 kids, so
Right in
yeah,
your
yeah,
mouth.
yeah. I know all
Oh,
about
don't think about that, Michelle. God.
it.
I do it to myself, I tell you.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
yeah. So then you wake up in
so
your bed and
yeah. So that was now the other thing that the thought occurred was I was remembering when I was feeling this electricity, this static charge go through me, especially as it was going through my teeth. I remember thinking,
oh, peppermint in your water will help.
thank you, I don't have any. um Sorry, I lost my thought now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'm so woozy,
Dun,
guys.
dun, 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 dun.
Oh, I remember thinking that Aluna talked about feeling that this static charge going all through it,
Yeah.
but through her, like literally this static electricity charge, much stronger. So I remember thinking that. Oh, it's like so it kind of helped me relax too. It was like, oh, you know about this, it's not a surprise. It's okay. You already know about it. But anyways, when meditating on it, really what the baby was and what the experience was, what I got was, oh my goodness, it's just hitting me in waves and it's making me sweat. Oh, that's the other thing. When I came out awake, all of a sudden I was burning hot, like lava. It just, I was on fire, really, really hot. As soon as it started to ebb and I started to wake up, the heat, it was crazy. But what I think that the baby was actually me. And it was being across the heart here. It's what's being new. The baby was like 3 to 6 months old. This new, this new me. And what I got was kind of like, and the energy, what was pulling me up, what was grabbing me and pulling me and the baby up. Well, I think that was my higher self. What I got really was that visual of like, when you play with your baby and you go wee, and to the baby it's like, whoa, this is crazy.
Some
But the
high,
adult
high
doing
vibe
is,
excitement.
yeah,
Right.
but for the adult that's doing it, um it's nothing. Like the adult that's doing it is just, or like if a baby that's just first standing on, it's just first standing on its legs, and you help them stand on their feet and they're like, oh, um what I really got was that it was a playful experience, kind of like, um look what you can do, but you have no idea. Like a baby doesn't know, like when they first are standing on their feet and the adults helping them do it, and
Yeah.
they're like, whoa, this is so cool. But meanwhile, 6 months later, they're standing on their own feet and they don't even think about it.
Exactly. Moving on to the next lesson. But
Right.
this is what sort of came to me with this whole thing is like this new part of you that was birthed is going to become the savior for the older part of you. Like you get pulled up from this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this new thing is birthed in you. It's getting pulled up, into this higher thing, and it's like you sort of get to tag along with it or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it
It
all
was,
works together. You know what I mean? And to
I think
play
it
with that,
was the
to
play.
spend and to give the
Again,
attention to that. That's what was,
be
put more
playful
attention
with
on
it.
that than the old body,
Yeah.
so to
Don't
speak.
take it so seriously and trying to analyze it all. It's all a step by step process. Like here you are, it's born, you're born now. There's the baby. The baby's, getting a little bit older, getting new experience. Like, wow, wee, isn't this fun? But this, a baby 6 months, a year, like 2 years, those are things that they don't, they're on to bigger and, and better things. They're running on those feet.
Right.
Well, at first you're like, we, that's really what I got the impression of, is this these like beginning baby steps that should be fun and playful. So don't take, don't be too serious or worry or like what's going on. Just have fun with it. Like, wow, that was fun, because it wasn't hurting me. It wasn't like, it was really cool. It was
Right.
fun. So to just, it was like my higher self step coming in to play and encourage. Look what you can do. Look at you can what you can feel. Look what you can experience.
Right.
Isn't that fun? Right.
So it's almost like you were seeing your perspective of how you see you, but also the perspective of how your higher self sees you, like a dual
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah, that's really, well, that's how it came to me in meditation, when I just kind of sat with it and felt, you know.
And I often think of that too, because in religion, a lot of times it kind of puts God against you as this anger God that's going to treat you like you should know better. But in actuality, our intelligence level compared to God, we would be like these little babies that just don't know any better. And would a loving God really like treat us like we should know better?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do think it's showing um this new this new baby that we've birthed within us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? And that it's growing and it's going to experience new and fun experiences, and that our higher self is coming in to play with us, per se, to kind of show us, um and yeah, that's really what the feeling I got from it. But it was very strong. It was very physical. The magnetic, and the interesting is, when I woke up, I don't think that my arm had ever actually physically lifted. Oh, this is terrible. Whew.
We could
I
wrap
don't
it up
think
early this week. You need to.
I might have to. Like, my eyes are watering.
Just don't barf
um
live. Don't push it.
oh, woozy. Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to
Well,
keep my train of thought when it keeps kicking. I think the energy to, like, I'm already feeling it. And then when we get together and we do this, and everybody here, it's like energy is just so much.
let's see if we can
I
send her
think
some
it's just
healing,
a lot.
relaxing, calming to her belly energy, you guys.
Yeah.
Take a deep
Ooh.
breath.
Not feeling
Listen.
like not feeling any of the anxiety agitation, just feeling like woozy. Really. Mm. But
Which isn't really uncommon. We've talked about this before when we get on here. We can really feel the energy of the group. It's so strong. It's
oh
such a
yeah,
strong group of people here. You know,
yeah. What I find usually happens is
you got a crash, or maybe
I
you're
do.
energized. It could be one or the other.
Yeah, it'll like a lot of times it'll bring me out, so we'll do the show and then about, for about an hour I'm going like this, right? And then
I've
done.
done that too. Yeah, you're like vibing high for a while, and then all of a sudden, like, oh
And then
man, right.
gotta go lie. I'm like, that's it, you're done. Time out. But this is a lot today. But I mean, I knew this week was going to be a lot of energy with everything, and it definitely is right now. It's a lot. It's taking a bit out of me. So
Yeah, it's like that for everybody. But I mean, here you are, and
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of
As long
people
as
are
I don't
feeling it.
throw up.
And I've been dealing with this for about the last week too. They come in waves, but usually one wave and then it's like gone. I forget about it until the next time it happens, which might be the later that day or the next day.
Yeah,
Hasn't been a lot of them. It's just been notable. You know what I mean? It's been enough that I'm like, why do I keep getting these waves of nausea? Or, you know,
and then I find after I can get really tired.
yeah. And we
Like
talked about the Schumann. We did get some blast here
we
and
have
there.
been, they have been picking up again, and yeah, getting stronger. There was a good, really good, solid one. I think we did
Hmm.
hit, almost hit up by 100 hertz. We hit about 98 hertz this week at one
Okay.
point. So it's a lot. And I think the solar winds might be coming in too. They're not showing on there, but yeah, I feel it in waves. I feel it in like it's like waves of energy coming in. And
Dustin's
sometimes
talking
it's
about,
stronger than other times. And I think that's when it can just make me kind of a bit woozy and nauseous too. But I'm feeling it pretty consistently now.
yeah,
Hmm.
an uptick in the synchronicities. They always seem to just be going crazy for me
Yeah,
these days. Though
it's
they really do.
355.
I
Yeah.
mean, just
Yeah. The numbers have picked up again. Like the time as, I mean, it's always there, but it's like when it becomes every single time you look at the clock, it's a synchronistic number, not necessarily the same number, but it's a harmonic or synchronistic number. You know, you notice it. It's like every single time. Or on the, it like confirms when to me like I should go do this now. And I look at the time and it's like if it's like a 33 number or 44 number or whatever, I'm like, okay, that's exactly what you're supposed to do right now.
right. I've got a
That's
few,
kind of how it.
which I don't normally get these, but I've been getting top of the hour synchronicities. So I look and it's like noon or midnight, like on the dot, which I take
Right.
as a synchronicity too, because I mean it's the beginning of the afternoon or the
Yeah,
evening
yeah.
or top of the hour or whatever. It's still like a significant moment. You know what I mean?
You're
It's
no,
like wow,
yeah.
but I don't
It
normally
gets
get
your attention.
those. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's been getting like, how am I looking right at 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock or whatever, So that's been happening more, which I don't
Yeah.
normally. It's normally repeating numbers or 1, 2, 3, 4, or five,
Right.
6, 7.
Right. But you're noticing it right on. Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, kind of with the equinox, it's kind of like,
yeah, yeah. That's interesting. Yeah,
yeah.
and I'm expecting a lot of people like, what the heck's going on with this Mandela effect? Because I think a lot of people see it. They just think product labels change and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I wonder too if, my memory has become like more blurry and stuff, and get double memories, and so sometimes things get more confusing. So I wonder if just people in general, I wonder if they're noticing that memory confusion and maybe just putting it off to that more as
Yeah,
well. I'm not sure. That's just a guess. I mean,
yeah.
um,
You just kind of have to
it's
have that
weird.
really big thing that it's not. It's kind of beyond memory. I think
That's it.
you
Yeah,
know, for
yeah.
real.
Like
Oh,
really, yeah.
thanks, John. I appreciate that. 42 is what he sees every day. John Benny is saying.
Yeah, I think we all have, certain different ones. So,
Hmm.
uh,
I've been getting
it's
the sevens and 77s, and then the 14s and the 21. So it reminds me of the vortex math with the 3, 6, 9, except
right,
it's the 7, 14, 21, the multiples of seven.
right.
And that's been really weird because I'm like, why am I getting them? Why am I noticing 14 so much? It'd be 6, 14, 8, 14. you
Really?
know. Yeah, now
Huh.
21's been coming in. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It,
I think it's not that we have to decipher it all. It's just a moment of
right.
notice that actually brings
Yeah.
us back to the now. It does.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you go, oh, look, and then you're in that moment
Right.
as opposed to being off there. It sort of resets.
But it's like synchronicities with numbers that aren't synchronicities. They're only synchronicities because they keep coming up over and over again. You see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's
So it's like
patterns. I think it's seeing
right.
our own patterns. Mm-hmm.
I think it
Because
has to do with being more in the moment and noticing. Because I've been noticing like I don't lose stuff as much if I can't find something. I just think like, oh yeah, I remember where I was when I last saw it and stuff. It's weird. It's
yeah,
weird
you're
because I
I'm
think
much
that's why
more
we forget we
methodical
lose stuff.
with things. I
Yeah.
don't because I'm not moving about with this here. I'm here. So this movement then leads to this movement. This movement leads to that
And you're
movement.
actually in the experience.
Yeah.
So many
So
times we're in the experience, but our head's in another experience, and then you
that's
lose
right.
things because you weren't even there when you set it
That's
down or whatever.
exactly it. That's
Yeah,
exactly it. I'm being more present with what I'm doing at that moment, even though it all becomes a blur.
right.
Um, if I visually, so if I were to think of this, an
Mm-hmm.
object or put my visual attention on the object, then I can secure the memory of where it is. I couldn't tell you when. might be tell you when I put it down,
Right.
right? But I could say where.
Yeah.
Just not sure about the timing of it. It's the
Right. It's just a
timing that becomes a blur.
completely different experience when
Hmm.
you're around hanging out with yourself, you know, actually observing your thoughts. And that was another thing that I've been noticing is trends, like trends in thought forms. You can actually like notice, we notice trends on the internet. You're like, what's all the mud flood stuff I've been noticing all of a sudden.
Right.
But you can notice trends in your thoughts too, like the thoughts that aren't your own really. Like when you
Yeah.
sort of realize that not everything that goes through your head is yours, then you begin
Yeah.
to realize like, wow, that's like I'm noticing trends in the
You're
thoughts.
picking up on the what's washing through the collective
Exactly.
consciousness. And you're seeing, yeah, I've noticed that too. I've
Right. You can
noticed that
notice it
too
with the
because you're
storms.
like, yeah, where is that coming? The type of
Right.
uh, dialogue that it is.
I've been noticing it with with the natural disasters,
Mhm.
or just hurricanes or, um,
There will be more fear-based thoughts that are not my own because
right.
I can definitely feel the difference in that. So I think you really put your finger on something there. In that when that might be something to be aware of is
It's
that when
probably a
we're
pretty important
experiencing,
element with
yeah,
learning telepathy is to learn
these,
to begin to distinguish what started in your head, what's coming from external, and what are you
yeah, and then
tapping into.
when there's these things going on, or we see the big push in the media about the fear of disasters or
Hmm.
worries and these things, that your mind will go to that state of worry or fear or approach to things, and it's like, where is that coming from? And it's definitely more noticeable lately. Not that it's happened, happened more, but when it was like it was a couple weeks ago when they were getting the big hurricane going over the Bahamas and all that. I
Yeah.
was noticing at that time, like, what is like what is that?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Pay more attention to
Is
that.
that us tapping into? Gosh, see, there's so many possibilities when I think of this. Are we tapping?
Hmm.
Are we beginning to have more of a unity consciousness that's just automatically happening, and we're
I think it's
beginning
just
to?
awareness of something that's been there. I mean, because that would happen just before, and you know, and then you get anxiety and everything else. I mean, I went down that road and then deal with it medically, right? But
Hmm.
um, but yeah, this the meditative approach and then understanding the difference between the heart and the mind, and that you are not your mind, you're much more than that. And then it allows you to start to separate that and begin to objectively look. And then when we objectively look, then we can start to see these patterns. And and then start to see what is ours and what isn't. So I mean, I think it's stuff that was always going on, and that would just affect our whole day and how we mooch through the world, and you know, and spurning our own thoughts in actions, you know. Maybe we'd get more irritated in traffic, we'd get more angry or worried or all these different things that I don't do now, because I'm taking that time to say, okay, you know, take a step back. You don't have to just immediately go down that road of where the mind is going, you know, or where it wants to lead you on that train. You don't have to get on the train. So, but I think that's awareness. I think we've been experiencing, you know, that quite a bit. Like we've always been experiencing, just not aware of it. Now we're becoming aware. So and then you can either tap into it or tune it out.
Right.
That's, you know, the next trick learning. That once you've identified.
Right, because awareness would be the first step, yeah.
Right, awareness, and then identifying, and then mastery coming in to make a choice of when you want to tune into that or not.
And then start figuring out how to transmit stuff that way, right?
Yes.
Or probably that we're already transmitting that stuff, and we need to figure out how to control it a little bit more.
Take those thoughts when you tap into the collective, realize what is going on and picking up that stream of thought, and then transmuting and interjecting that back in, having that conversation with the collective consciousness from a heart-based area.
Dude, I love that. It's like a note coming by with this negative, fearful message. You're like, and you scribble it out, you replace it, and let it float on by back into.
That's right, back into the collective consciousness. Transmute it, and you know, as opposed to just rejecting it, or you know, trying to.
It's like offering an alternative.
Or fight it,
how about this instead?
Oppose it, reject it, resist it, edit.
Edit. I like
edit
that.
from a heart place, because that's permanent. You can't, that's ink. You can't erase, you know, boom, you'll stamp that right in there, and then send it back out and close that door again and leave it. That's a good way to play with that. So
definitely. Did that energy help? Do you feel better?
I do feel a little bit better. The nausea is calming down a little bit. Like it was like up. it's about
it's like
here
mouth
now.
watering and stuff.
Eyes watering. I was like, I didn't know if I was gonna pass out or throw up. So it's getting pretty strong. But yeah, the nausea is abating. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Keep sending it. Please keep sending it.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you. Let's get right. I hate being nauseous. I'm sorry, resisting. But I don't like it. I'm sorry. One of my least favorite things as far as getting sick goes.
Yeah, it looks like Sandy needs some healing energies. You guys are all taken care of. Look at you guys are just a bunch of light workers.
And I'm getting tinglies. Vibey tinglies. All through.
Awesome. All right, so any recommendations other than chill out and relax and enjoy?
You know what? There was
Chloe?
other things that I want. That was Zoe.
Zoe
Baloney. There was things I wanted to talk about today, and I'm just not. My brain's having a really hard time, guys. I'm glad I had that like dream story to share with you, that I could just recite that dream story, because otherwise I'd just be mush.
Oh, have you had the cloudy head thing going on too?
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah, I've had that too, where it's like where it's like it just doesn't even feel like I'm awake. I mean,
yeah,
it just
really
feels very dreamy, like
very
very
and
is that the I don't know, what is it, the you know, with the equinox you've got the energy shift, right? The polarity shifts, they say. So maybe that reversal, kind of like not being hard, you know, to one or the other pole, kind of being in the middle, makes it kind of
floaty,
hazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Really
maybe
floaty.
That's what opens people up to see the Mandela effect, because, you know, it seems like it'd be September and October people seem to notice it, or the same way in March and April, right
we
around
get
that.
that's when we get, yeah, and it's cyclical, comes back around. And I think each year that, we if we keep doing
Yeah.
this, Shane, I think that we're going to see that, you know we're going to really see like the March kick in,
Right.
the September's a biggie too. I've noticed that for a few years now, and I'm understanding more why.
Right.
I know we've got December too is gonna
Mm-hmm.
is gonna be big, like right before Christmas, right at that time. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a lot. And I think it just comes in these bigger and bigger waves, but it is cyclical. And it's going to hit more and more people. So you'll get more and more people waking up. This is going to be another big wave of people waking up here. So from this month, from what we've had coming in this month.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. So you guys be ready to
Have open
welcome
arms,
the new, yeah, welcome
patience.
the
Yeah, we
new
may
arrivals.
notice a lot of newbies in chat, which, you know what, which reminds me too is I was mentioning with you before the show is receiving emails, like a few emails lately of people that never popped into the chat, um have like thought about writing a year ago and are just writing now, and they're just been sitting quietly in the background all this time. So
Still
I know.
hanging out with us. They're sitting
Yeah,
here
so
hanging
to
out, but
all of those people that maybe you've let leave a comment once in a while, but don't really show up in the, but you just being quietly watching in the back, and think about write me. I love to hear the affirmations. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate the support, appreciate hearing the stories. And yeah, I just want to say hi to anybody who's new here. Hope you stick around and get to know the group. They're really great support if you need it. If you're ever feeling a little bit low, don't be shy. You don't have to. You can just watch. You don't have to jump in, but don't be shy to step in and say hi to people in the chat, or to email Shane or myself and share your story, because that's what we're here for. And for all the people that have been quietly listening in the background, I just want to say I appreciate all of you so much. Appreciate you just being there, even though I don't know your name and we haven't communicated. It means a lot that you're here. So thank you to all those people, because we've been doing this. It's getting there, eh?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, a
over a
lot
year
of
and a
lurkers,
half.
and I know that
Over a year and a
I
half.
think that's such a funny name, lurkers. But
Yeah,
I'm typically like that too. I'll just be watching the video and not chiming in. So
depends
I
on how you
understand.
feel. Depends on how you feel, and sometimes we just like to listen, and yeah, there's a lot of people that just do that. So hello to all those people, and
So we love you guys whether you
we
speak
love
out or
you.
not, but we want you to feel comfortable speaking out and reaching out
If you want to, and
if
even
you
if you
want to.
never do, you're in my heart, and you're in Shane's heart, and we appreciate
Absolutely.
you being here. Mm-hmm. At
Awesome.
4:11, yeah. So that was one other thing that I did want to say today.
All right. Anything
Whew.
else?
I'll think of stuff after we're done. It's always the way. Yeah. Yeah. I think we'll keep it short for today. Sorry, guys.
No, it's all
But
right. I want you to feel better. I know how it is when you get like that. You're like, I just want to go lay down and fall
I
asleep so I
did
don't
lay
feel
down.
sick.
I just don't
Yeah.
want to be sick. I just don't want to be sick. And I'm not
Yeah.
thinking clearly, so it's really hard
Right.
to keep my thoughts together, because it's like I just get the thought together, and then I'll get this wave of like whoosh nausea come in, and then all the thoughts go with it.
Right.
So, but it is starting to calm down a little bit now. But I'm still
Awesome.
feeling like blurry-ish vision and woozy. So,
All right.
yeah. Sorry, buddy.
No, it's all good. If you ascend or something, throw a rope back through the portal for us.
Yeah.
Maybe you're about to pop out of this reality or something. I'm just
I don't think just so. I don't think just yet. I think there's
kidding.
more show to see. So,
I'm sure there is. Yeah,
hmm
just a lovely thought though, isn't it?
yeah,
Just
yeah.
hop in the portal for a change.
Next year, Next year, I don't know.
2020.
Next year's going to be interesting. I think we're really going to see things go to a level that we haven't experienced yet, especially if you've been setting those intentions and really working with this. I think it's, going to reach new heights next year for sure.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just know each year is going to get better and better.
Mm-hmm.
As we learn and grow together. So. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. But
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, well.
Chain rap.
A little rap from my higher self. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we love you guys so much. We'll see you again next Tuesday.
Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
again. Lots of love to you guys. Peace.
Peace.
If you'd like to support the work I do, go to paypal.me/UOTF. Thanks.